Well, hello everybody. This is Mr. Clifftron, and we're back. This time we're playing Backyard Baseball. So, really quickly, I just want to kind of give an overview of what this episode is going to be. This is kind of like an episode of 1, or really point oh 0.01-ish, kind of. It's going to be a setup video. So what we're going to do really quickly is we're going to set up our team, and we're going to set up the league. So we're going to have all of our league play stuff ready. And then we're going to jump into the games, most likely in the next episode. So if you want to skip over to actual gameplay, then you can go to that. Hopefully that will come out on Sunday, which is something-ish. I don't know. I don't know. It's like today is the 26th of December. So 27, 28. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna... No, stop. Gotta cut that out. Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Clifftron, and we're back. Today we're going to be playing, or we're going to be starting the actual Let's Play for Backyard Baseball. So, this episode is going to be a setup episode where we're going to go through and create our team, get our players, and have the league all set up. I'm also going to go ahead and show out some of the little kind of extra things that might be in a bonus video, just so I can make this a decent size or decent length video. This is actually the second time I've had to record this, so we're going to try to make sure this all works out. But yeah, so enjoy. Alright, so that was the intro. If you ever want to play that again, just click this little baseball or restart the game. Yeah, those are your two options. So over here is the pickup window. I'm just going to show this off really quickly. We did this in the preview episode that I did, just to kind of make sure all my settings were correct. So this has a few of the things, just all the different fields that you can play on. You can load up a game. You can see this is actually my failed recording thing, so I'm going to exit out of that one. But yeah, you can go through and you can go ahead and load up something. You can, at game options, create a team just randomly for a game that you can play here, or you can just go ahead and play. You have cards that show you all the different players and their stats, so you can look in through here and figure out who might you want on your team. It's a good thing to figure out, just who you want before you actually get there. But I kind of have an idea of who I'm going to want to pick. Here we have all the different trophies that you can win, that we hopefully will be getting all of. You can see different dates and different things. Like if you've won it multiple times, you can go and use that arrow and use these arrows to figure that out. And you also have your record book. So this has the number of total things that you've got. So in this guy in a 9-inning season, this Heather Quinn had 35 hits, and that was with this player. So hopefully we'll get on these sooner or later when we actually start doing our rounds and getting everything to work out. But yeah, so that's that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this. I'm actually going to delete this one and delete it. There we go. And create this over again. So here we missed the O. Whoops. So yeah. Or no, I missed the R, not the O. Wow. I am out of it today. So yeah, Mr. Clifftron. There we go. We're going to create our team. So this team that I'm going to create that you may have seen, the Green Rockets, is very precious to me. Precious. Yeah, this is a team that I've always been playing with pretty much throughout the entirety of my time with backyard stuff. I love the color green, and rockets are the coolest things on here, with the exception maybe of bombers. But I stick with rockets because, rockets are awesome in space and stuff. Space. Portal 2 reference. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and pick our team. So the first person I'm gonna go ahead and pick is Kenny. The reason I'm gonna pick Kenny first is just because I saw him first and he was there. Typically, the guy that I pick first is right here, Pablo. Pablo is the best guy in this series without a doubt. He is amazing, and it's Pablo, so you gotta pick him. But Kenny, the reason I pick Kenny is because he's a good pitcher, and he's actually, I mean, he's decent at most of the stuff, but he's my go-to pitcher for most of the time. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick Pete. As you can see, Pete is pretty good as far as batting, running, and pitching and fielding. Running is clearly his strong suit. He's like the fastest guy in the game. And yeah, he's very good for stealing and for getting stuff, like hits off of bunts.
You'd be crazy not to
Keisha
pick me for
is
your
good
team.
for me because she's also very good at running, but she's also great at batting. She's a decent fielder, which is also going to come in handy. She's actually kind of helped me in the past.
I knew you were smart, a real thinker.
So I'm going to go with her.
Thinker.
I'm going to go ahead and also pick Jacinda.
My name
She's a
is
great batter
Jacinda.
and a great
Pick
fielder,
me.
and that's kind of where the two things that I'm looking for her. Mainly it's fielding. I need to focus on fielding at some point when everyone needs to focus on fielding at some point when they're going through and picking their team. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. Next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick Ahmed, mainly because batting and running. He's not really great at pitching and fielding. He can do them, but, you know, it's best to just use him for the outfield or such, and maybe, you know, get him into one of the bases. He's decent for those. I'm also going to go ahead and pick Ernie.
Hey, I can sometimes make a good play. Sometimes.
That's not reassuring. But anyway, he's decent at fielding. That's mainly the reason I want to pick him. He's also okay at pitching, so if we ever need him to come and step in, he can. But that's typically not what I'm going to use him for. Now we're down to 2 players. And let's see. In the last one, I had Angela. And I believe
Please pick me,
I may have
really
had
want
Mikey.
to play baseball.
And I'm not
gonna
quite
tell my
sure I
mom.
want them because Angela in the last game kind of just did terrible. She actually did get like my only home run for that game, but it wasn't too great considering that one home run came off of a power up. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm actually gonna. Oh, that's right. I had Vicky.
Because I'm a graceful
So she may not be
ballerina.
the best batter, but she's good at running, pitching, and fielding. And so the main reason that I want her is for fielding and also running. She's very good for bunting and just running like crazy. That's how I typically have used her.
I asked Terry, and he says you should pick me for your team.
Well, Teddy, you know, he's not great at fielding, and neither are you. So I'm gonna have to say no. But it's so yeah, they each have all their individual little catchphrases or things that they like to say, and they have their own little cards. You can actually see like these cards from the card book that I showed off earlier. I'm not gonna pick Dimitri, even though he's the typical nerd, which I am too. But I'm gonna go ahead and
Hi, I'm Ricky Johnson.
I'm not gonna go with Ricky just yet. I kind of want to pick somebody who's a little bit more pitching oriented. I mean, I have some pretty good pitchers, but for the moment, I don't know. I don't want to go with Angela. I really don't want to go with Angela. Annie's kind of not quite. No. Eh. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go with one of the twins.
My dad says I should play it.
Do I want to go with Ashley or do I want to go with Sydney? Quick, decide. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Ashley because she's close to the beginning of the alphabet.
Goody! Now pick my sister Sydney too.
Oh, I totally. Oh, you know, you were my last pick. I'm sorry. Anyway, so before we get into anything game related, we're gonna go ahead and go to our strategy. So, as you can see, typically the computer doesn't set this up completely the right way. That being the main thing. You always want your good pitcher to be on the mound. So I typically always start off with Kenny on the mound. Sometimes, like in a game where I didn't get Kenny, I had Angela, but I don't have Angela anymore because she just terrible. And so I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, make do with what I have. But Kenny always starts for me. Typically he always finishes too. That was great. Nice choice of words. Nice diction. Beep. Dang it! I have to cut that out now. I said my name once again. I know that's not really something that's really a big deal, and I don't care that much if people know who I am, but I don't know, I feel like it adds an air of mystery, and it's so cool, and it's awesome. And anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and move. Oh, I'll move. Let's see. Vicky's a pretty good fielder, if I remember correctly. Yes. So I feel like I want Pablo out there too, just in case. I think that's a good lineup. Most of these guys are pretty good at fielding. I believe Keisha's decent too. So yeah, she's got a 3. Pablo might be a little bit better, but I've had a little bit of trouble with Pablo in the past, and so I'm gonna stick with that. So yeah, I think that's the gist for our strategy here. And yeah, there was another Meet the Players thing like I was using a little bit if you wanted to see that. And then here, there's a team statistics thing. So this is per game, and then this is per season. So you can check out, like your thing, you can check out the next team, so that's the next team you're playing. There's some other characters that you don't really play as, they're just the NPCs in this game. And those are what the other teams are typically made up of. And then you can actually click
Kenny Kawaguchi.
and you'll hear their name, or you'll hear, how many they have, or
Kenny Kawaguchi has no at-bats.
or you can check out and see what that column itself
At-bat.
is.
This is how many times a player has batted. But walks don't count.
And then you can also check and see totals. So when you click on this, it just says the name of the team that it is and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the gist of that. And I think down here you can actually go and there's some more stuff over on this side. This is all for pitching stuff, and this is all for other kind of normal game stuff. Then you can go over to your schedule, and this is where we're gonna be seeing all the teams we're playing and also when the playoffs are. So this is kind of where we're going to be checking out, who we're playing up against and what to look forward to. We can also look at the league standings here. As we can see, nothing has happened yet, so there aren't really anything. And then we can see the league leaders. So this is essentially the overall leaders that we saw at the beginning of the episode, where we're looking at the kind of the overall records that people have gotten with different things. And as you can see, we're starting off with 6 inning season. And that's what we're going to stay with, because the 9 innings last way too long. I only got through half of it, and it took me half an hour, and that's why I had to restart the series pretty much. So, that's what we're going to be ended up doing, and we're going to go through the options really quickly. So as you can see you've chosen League Play, and then we can go to our setup. So we have a regular swing spot, pitch locator. Pitch locator tells you exactly where it's going to be. Swing spot just kind of gives you general area, and if you take it off, it's just the ball. I'm going to stick with swing spot. I turned it off at the end of the preview thing, but honestly, right now, I just kind of need to stick with that because that just will help me greatly. And like I said, we're going to stick with 6 innings, and we're going to leave errors on because, oh god, 9 innings is long. I cannot talk for that long. As good as I've been getting, or as terrible as I've been getting, I don't necessarily know if I've been good. I have people subscribing, so I like to think I'm okay, but I cannot talk for 9 innings straight. So over here we have our sound options, and this shows you just kind of you can turn off your play-by-play color commentary. I believe beginning in the second game, I'm going to turn these off, and the only reason for that is it helps the actual game go a little bit faster, and honestly, sometimes they can get a little bit annoying and repetitive. So I'm going to leave those on for a little bit, but then they're going to come off eventually. The music and ambient sound and player talk and chatter, those will stay on. The chatter is kind of the background noise that you hear when you're at bat or when you're pitching. It's can't score a goal from Pete, and you just hear all these different things that the different players will say to kind of get you distracted. It's all the childish kind of little chatter that happens. And then you got player talk, so that's at the beginning when they're about to bat, or when they get struck out, or anything, just what they say when that happens. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So next time I'm gonna go ahead and save over this. Boop. Excuse me. That was weird. But yeah, anyway, so next time we're going to go ahead and start our first game. As you can see, it's got today's game right there. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and end this off. It may be a little bit of a shorter episode compared to the other times, but you know, that's just how this one is going to end up, because I don't want to make this last too long. But yeah, so we're going to end it right here on this nice view of the treehouse. So I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of the holiday break, and yeah, stay sexy, as my friend would say. Bye. Or no, wait, I can't say bye. As Pablo would say, adios.